Welcome. We have chess.com's 16th of February 2021 daily puzzle. We've got a bunch of minor pieces in the middle of the board. We're playing as white. First thing I'm looking at is this bishop and this rook are both attacking the dark squared bishop. If we take with the bishop, they can take back with the pawn. They almost certainly will because it'll put their king in check. If we take with the rook, it won't put them in check. But if they take back, then we can take with the bishop second, putting them in check and risking their rook that's behind the pawn. Is there another move though? Because if we take with the rook first, they still have a move that's not forced. They don't want to take with the pawn, but they could use that move to move their rook out of the way. Let's try this. Okay. So they do move the rook, they take my knight. Okay, so I can take their rook back, but then they'll take my rook back as well. I could win back the pawn, put the king in check. We do the same thing again. I could take this pawn for free, take this knight. I don't want to just trade because that's usually not the best move in these puzzle situations. Usually there's something better we can do here. We could put them in check. No? We could, but we won't. I think we do want to move the rook though, because it's sitting there against the pawn now that it's open. Okay, so it is to take. And their best move is still not to take back our rook. They don't want to take there for some reason. I mean, at this point, all we're doing is taking pieces. Okay. That was a bit strange, because I would have thought they would have tried to take our rook at some point. Let's take a look again. So, once we take, they don't want to take back because then we win the rook. And we're up a pawn and a bishop at that point. So what they do instead is to take our knight back, so we're even material. Our best move is to take. I don't know why king, I guess it doesn't really do anything. And now our rook is not protected. Yeah, it kind of doesn't really gain us anything, I guess. We don't want to take because they can just take back then. And then we can still take the pawn. So we're up 1 point of material. Here, this is where I think I'm a bit thrown off. Because if they take the rook now, our best move is to still take their rook. And now, again, we are up a minor piece because we took a knight, they took a knight. We're up their bishop. But the solution to the puzzle was they take back and we take. So now we're up a bishop anyway. Because they took 2 knights, we took 2 bishops and a knight. So we're up 3 and we've simplified more. Whereas this line keeps their rook on the board. Keeps their rook. They take, we take. And now from here, c2 is the recommended move. Bishop e5. Protect the pawn. I don't see why their best move is to take. G takes f6. Oh yeah, so the engine is recommending this is the best move. So I guess the puzzle did a move, but not necessarily the best move. Because they took again, which just means that since we have the rook, we might as well keep using it and keep taking their pieces. Because at this point, they're not really attacking anything else except for the bishop, which again is defended. So I guess we can't predict everything in the puzzles. We have to take it a bit as we go and just look for one move at a time. Interesting. Well, if you found this one as confusing but I guess helpful as me, then let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching.